So, hello, everybody. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Thank you very much to participate to my webinar on automation retrofit. It's a real pleasure to present you a different aspect for the retrofits in the MAN company. So just to introduce myself, my name is Jérôme Reneto. I'm working in the company, in the MAN company, for the last 70 years, so a very long story inside MAN company. During 13 years in the test department on the laboratory, and for the last 4 years, I'm working for PrimeServe department, and I'm in charge to develop the retrofit solution for engine, four-stroke engine. So just one technical information with these tools, this webinar tool. So please, you have a box in the right side, and you can put all questions you have. I will answer to you at the end of the webinar presentation. So just before to start my main topics, I have to introduce just the MAN diesel company inside the MAN group. MAN group is also driven by a Volkswagen group. And here I'm working in a MAN diesel and turbo company here. So MAN diesel and turbo, it's what is activity. Engine and marine system is approximately 50%, power plant plus 50%, on approximately 10,000 turbo machinery. So I'm working in the Saint-Nazaire headquarters in France, here in the West Coast in the France. And we represent the SEMT PLC brand, and of course also all the MAN company MAN engine in the world. So of course we have also two-stroke engine. 50% of the world are powered by MAN engines. One example on the last power plant in La Réunion, the beautiful island close to South Africa, with a MAN engine. It's a 12 engine. Another application is on nuclear power plant. A lot of PA on PC engine, the PLC brand engine. And also we develop technology for emission reduction for NOx and SOx. So different services around the world with MAN company. Okay, service. Okay, we have also a lot of hub proximity, service proximity with some networks. You can look on the map where we are in the world. And also we are expert and we can help you for anything. So, but today we talk about the retrofit and upgrade on engines. On more particular on the control monitoring system on device we can provide to improve engine on installation. So retrofit and upgrade automation is to modernize the remote control, also to product monitoring with temperature, crankcase, engine speed, and so on. It's a modular solution because, of course, each customer don't have the same power plant, the same vessels, and we optimize and we anticipate the engine's lifetime and efficiency. I show you a short motion we are create for this webinar. So I start now. So, okay, it was a short motion to resume about the automation, but now in detail, what we can do about this. In the when I started in the company 70 years ago, it's a long story. I use this type of phone. Okay, so now we use this type of mobile phone. During the last 10 years, 20 years, the technology on automation on electronic increased a lot. So we can use this new technology to improve our diesel engine. So the automation play a crucial role on our installation. Of course, without automation now, engine and auxiliaries can't run properly. Without automation, installation can't be improved. Without automation, installation die a slow death. But clearly, with automation, you can grow installation availability and reliability. With automation, you can reduce maintenance time and cost. With automation, you can predict major failures. With automation, you can improve the performance of the installation. With automation, you open installation for new technology. So Man PrimeServe, of course, offer retrofit solution to maintain and improve all application, all four-stroke engine. Okay, not only Man engine, okay, it's open for all four-stroke engine. We can also discuss for two-stroke engine. All engine brand. On Man PrimeServe offer modern technology. Man PrimeServe is able to provide tailor-made solution. On Man PrimeServe is working for the future. So what we can, on which type of retrofit is interest by the customer. the first feedback I have is on the safety. The safety is the safety first. Safety for what? Safety for the engine itself, and also safety for the people. What we can do with automation to increase the safety. For the engine, actually, we have on the engine a lot of cabinets to record a lot of information. If I talk about the exhaust gas temperature monitoring, we have one cabinet. For casing pressure, one cabinet. Bearing temperature monitoring, one cabinet. Temperature alternator monitoring, one cabinet. And also, we have a cabinet for all crank pin, temperature monitoring. We can also, the name of splash oil. Okay, so specific protection developed by MAN to protect the engine on the crack and failure on the shell. I could be detail later this cabinet. But with the new automation, with development, the technology, with new technology, we are able to put all this information inside one cabinet, only one cabinet. And this product the name is MMS, is acronym from Multifunction Monitoring System. Also, this cabinet is able to collect data from oil mist detector interface. Okay, is able also to display the engine speed, to collect all alarm. Is also modern technology with touch panel, data recording, remote display, and trend monitoring. Also, we will add in the very close future new function on these cabinets. We will able to measure the turbocharger speed, air cooler differential monitoring. We also add temperature and pressure for oil and water, and also very last information, last new product, oil analysis monitoring. I start the video I have recorded last year. Okay, it's a long video, it's approximately 8 minutes. Of course, I don't show you 8 minutes for the video, just 1 minute. And of course, after you have link to look the complete video. So, okay, so you could be look this video after the webinar. We sent all the link on the YouTube I present today. So, okay, you have an example on the cabinet on site, okay, just to give you an idea about this product. Another product, okay, we can consider the safety device because we are able to collect all information from the cabinet. Here it's we collect information from the MMS cabinet on one remote monitoring. We can put this screen inside the control room, for example. I open just a simulation. Okay, I can activate a simulate mode just to demonstrate. So, okay, this this example is for 5 engines. Okay, we have one MMS cabinet for each engine, and we have here the main information. And after, we can go for each engine and look different information. Here you can see the splash oil information. The second, here we can look the deviation. Another possibility is to have a complete view. On this, it's a train with different, it's a data recording, and you are able to come back in the last 15 days on this application, 15 days. Another option here is an alarm list, and you are able to look if you have a deviation, an alarm, or to come back later if we have a crack on the engine, what happened exactly. Okay, so the next device very important for safety is the overspeed protection. It's a very important protection because it's the main protection we have on all engine. Just for information, on the nuclear application engine, only one protection is activated, is the overspeed protection. What is the effect with overspeed protection? Just look this short video. So, of course, it's very dangerous overspeed on the engine. So for this type of protection, we have different solutions. I just show you one proposal we have installed on site. It's a protection 2 on 3. In case of problem on one sensor, on one overspeed device, we have redundancy with the 2 module. So we have a complete protection. We are sure to protect the engine. Another device we have in the company, is this system, or SVEM system. This system is nuclear qualified. I said before, only one device is activated, one safety is activated during emergency mode. It's overspeed protection, overspeed device. So we have a specific overspeed device, nuclear approved. The other system device for protection for safety is the all miss detector or all miss detection. I show you 3 images. Just look in the right upper side the time. Here you see it's a 36 seconds. 1 second later and 2 seconds later. Imagine you have one guy just close to the engine during an explosion. It's very quickly, so it's very dangerous for people, of course, for engine also. Just for history, we have started to develop the oil mist protection after the Second World War, 1947, and due to some people killed on board after an explosion. And also on the IMO, we have developed the oil mist detection system. For the retrofits, okay, it's just an example what come from the oil mist problem. Of course, if you have a problem of friction, leak of oil and so on, you have a oil mist detection. For the retrofit application, we have in the past developed a lot of system for oil mist detection, but the standard system was to connect some pipe directly on each cylinder, each door, and we collect the gas inside, and we control the opacity. For the retrofit, it's difficult to install the pipe on board on the vessel, because we have no time. It's very expensive. So for the retrofit, I promote a modular solution where we install one sensor per door, and only with just to drill a door, drill a hole on the door, and we can put the sensor. And after we have just to connect the wiring to the main device. Very easy to install. So to summarize on the safety concept. Okay, you can use the MMS because you can record the exhaust gas temperature, control on a given alarm, main bearing, of course, crank temperature, alternator temperature, overspeed protection, monitoring, and also for the overspeed protection, you can, of course, use the SVM system for nuclear application on others. On oil mist detection, also, we can use this type of device. The second topic, I receive a lot of feedback from the customer, a lot of requests. Please, I have a problem with obsolescence, with automation, with some display, because a lot of installation around the world have a very old automation parts. You remember about with the phone, it's the same with the electronic. It's difficult to find the old device, old parts. So one obsolescence very important for our installation for engine is the governor. We are front of obsolescence with the governor, and for that we suggest a solution. We have solution in the MAN company. Okay, one solution is the ESG, electronic speed governor, based on our SACOS1 technology. I explain later what is exactly. And we are able to replace all electronic governor, 507, 237, and others, a lot of. And the big advantage with this type of electronic speed governor, we can couple this electronic governor with modern mechanical governor or electric governor. By this way, we can improve the behavior on the engine. Just one example. Actually, when we start an engine with a complete hydraulic governor, mechanical governor, you have no limitation of the fuel rack. So you put in the engine itself a lot of fuel. It's not necessary. So you have a lot of smoke. With electronic, you are able during the starting to limit the fuel rack, and by this way, decrease the fuel consumption and also decrease the emission level. We have a second also speed controller, engine controller. And the big advantage with this type of engine controller is it's nuclear approved, and also it has a specific application for Navy, is the STC function. Of course, for obsolescence, we can also imagine to put MMS this cabinet because we are able to replace a lot of display on a lot of function. So to summarize, okay, the first about the safety, the second about the obsolescence. The third, performances. Of course, a lot of customers ask me, what is the solution? What are the solutions to improve the performance on the engine, on the site, on the installation? It's not easy to answer like this, but what we can suggest. With the monitoring, I just show you before. Okay, we can anticipate a problem because we have an alarm on the engine room, so the people are able to look very easily what happened and stop the engine if necessary. With the multifunction monitoring system, also we have a monitoring on the panel. We are able also to connect different sensors to anticipate the crack. So of course we can improve the installation. With the electronic governor, okay, we can improve the fuel consumption. We can improve the starting behavior. We can also, for example, improve the load sharing very smoothly. We can, okay, it's very easy because it's electronic part, so we can modify with the software easily. So, okay, we can improve the performance with the fuel saving, gas emission, efficient for starting behavior, increase the duration between the maintenance operation. Yes, because if we install the MMS multifunction monitoring system, if we have membrane monitoring, okay, we can follow directly this information, and you are able to okay, perhaps postpone a little the maintenance because we have a protection. With the operability and diagnosis on the system, on the multifunction monitoring system or monitoring, you have alarm list. So it's very easy to have a good diagnosis. So of course, it's just an example we can provide to you. We can make a tailor-made solution for you. Each installation, each engine is different. Of course, we are there to help you and to provide the best solution. I come back on the SACOS One technology. Just said before, we use the SACOS EAG, is the EAG governor on the MMS multifunction monitoring system is based also on the SACOS One technology. The SACOS One technology is the MAN technology developed by MAN completely, and this technology is approved by all class, ABS, DNV, Lloyd, Bureau Veritas, GL, and so on, all. What is SACOS One? It's an acronymous safety, control, system, and one is on engine. On engine because this technology is able to put directly on engine. It's built to accept the vibration on the temperature. So by this way, you reduce the length between the sensor and the automats. This system also is completely open for others, other system, completely modular, completely open. Yes. Just to close my presentation, I just show you 3 retrofit in progress or in the past, where we have put the retrofit system on the impact on the system. One example, it was on the vessel. On this vessel, all the automation parts were obsolete. The control unit, the LCP, local control panel, was obsolete, and it was very, very difficult to find the spare. So we have discussed with the customer and find a solution, a trader made solution. We have make a solution, tailor-made. So we have replaced the local control panel, auxiliary cabinet, and control unit. We have also added a new governor, and we have changed sensor cabling, and we have used the SACOS-WAS technology. By this way, we can improve the performance of the engine because the starting behavior is very better than before, and we have a very modern technology. The touchscreen with the historical alarm is very easy for maintenance or for the engineer. The second example is for Commonwealth application. It was a standard engine, classic engine with mechanical injection, and we have improved the performance of the engine with a Commonwealth installation on this engine. Of course, we have made some mechanical modification, but here we talk about the automation. We are able to put our technology directly on this old engine. We have keep the engine room because we have not modified the engine room. We have keep the old cabinets, the old place, the old environment, and we have also keep the communication with the current monitoring, the current supervision on the ship. Very flexible system. The last example, it was on an engine, and we are front of a problem with obsolescence. Clearly, we had an old governor, old electric actuator, on the old rack for STC. Okay, so sequency turbocharger, 1 turbo to 2 turbocharger is a specific application for PLC. And of course, it was impossible to replace these parts, very, very old parts. So we have developed a specific box able to put in the same place without cabinet modification. For the actuator, we have replaced the old actuator by a new one in the same place with a minor mechanical modification. So to summarize, safety, obsolescence, performances, on SACOS-WAS and tailor-made solution. Of course, it's just an example. We have a lot of examples on the retrofit, but I'm sure the automation could help the customer to improve the installation and to be better at the end. All products are qualified for ABS, CE, etc. We have also specific qualification for nuclear environment. So, okay, thank you very much. Just one thing, you receive after this webinar a survey, so please fill in this webinar. It's just for a statistic. On now, we can start any question. I'm there to answer what you want. So, okay, I'm waiting your question if you have a question now. Of course, if you have no question now, you could be sent an email to me letters. It will be a pleasure to answer you in detail for each project. So someone want to speak? I think so. Okay. Okay. Someone want to detail about the or bearing monitoring. So okay, I just show you the function we took splash oil. Okay, I show you. Okay, we have a specific development. Okay, it's developed by MAN, by Saint-Nazaire, a French company, 10 years ago or 15 years ago. A system to protect the crankshaft. In the past, we have a lot of crack on the crankshaft, and we look for a solution to protect the crankcase and to anticipate a crack on the bearing shell. So we have a lot of system in the world, but it was necessary to drill directly the bearing shell. Our system is very simple, but in parallel very intelligent. We just put on the door a gutter here, and we collect the oil project by the bearing. We collect each bearing oil, and we compare the deviation between each cylinder, and we are able to stop the engine very quickly before a crack. Be sure, we have a lot of installation with this type of protection around the world. And of course, we connect this information on the MMS directly, and we follow the absolute value, and also follow the deviation, and we have an alarm, and you can look here an example. We have an alarm. In yellow, it's an alarm. On red, it will be a stop. And we can modify the threshold, and we can anticipate a failure on the engine itself. So I come back on the question. On the two-stroke engine, yes, because in the MAN company, I have also colleague in Copenhagen. They are in charge of the two-stroke engine, and it's an engine. Of course, we have not the same environment, but of course, on the two-stroke engine, we have also a solution for retrofit. Another question. If you have installed all protection, can you replace all with the MMS? When you say if you install all protection, what you say by all protection? We can replace with MMS. We can connect. I have one example. The customer had the old system, but we have keep the sensor. We have keep the cabling. We just replace the cabinets. So by this way, we have keep, in fact, the protection in the past, but we have add a modern technology. So another question. Is the electronic governor actuator electric over hydraulic, like the Europa, or it's fully electronic actuator like Assmann, STG, or Woodward ProAct? Yes. When you the electronic governor, it's we have just to be clear. We talk about the governor, not the actuator. The ESG, electronic speed governor, is the brain, and after you have the end is the actuator. After it depends on the customer. Some customer want to keep the backup mode. By this way, we can suggest an Europa actuator, and we can drive this Europa in electronic mode by the ESG. Or we can also decide to have a complete electronic actuator with ESG. By this way, we have more flexibility. It's more quickly to anticipate a deviation of the fuel rack. So of course, it depends on each customer. But from my point of view, it's better to install a complete electric actuator because we don't have a mechanical fixation, not fixation with the engine. It's completely independent. Just put the box on the just close to the fuel rack lever, and we can very modify very quickly the fuel rack. So, but it depends of each customer. So, okay, over question. Yeah, okay. Okay, does this technology replace the SCADA communication or just complement the existing? It's not the same. SCADA is a complete supervision on the power plant. SCADA is the standard name. Our system is not a SCADA. We can, of course, it's a complement to the existing. If we decide to add some sensor, any protection on your engine, we can put a MMS cabinet. On this cabinet will be able to send information to the SCADA existing. It depends on what is the level of your SCADA. Sometime on one power plant, I have a project actually, they have no SCADA. It's only just a manual indicator. So by this way, we install a computer with all information from the MMS. So it's already a lot because main bearing, exhaust gas, splash oil, speed sensor. Okay, it's a lot of information, but it depends on each. Another question. Does the EHG have dual output for dual fuel engine? No. ESG have no dual output. ESG have one thing very important. Is able to drive governor from 420 milliampere, 0 to 200 milliampere, or 0 to 1 ampere without additional supply. But for dual fuel engine is not the same environment. Clearly, you have to put a complete environment, complete safety on the dual fuel. You need a redundancy for the safety, for it's a gas environment. So no, we can't clearly. But we have a lot of function on the ESG. At the end, you receive a technical information for each component, and you could be look on this document all information. Okay, other question? So of course, I will be available for other private question. You could be look here on my email, my phone. Okay, I'm ready to answer for anything on automation, on retrofits. You're welcome. So, okay, if you have no additional question, we close the webinar now. Of course, you're welcome. We share after that webinar all information, all link, all documentation, and you're very welcome to come back to me for anything. Okay, have a nice day. I think it's a day for you because it's a evening for me. So bye bye. Thank you very much. Bye.